No, is that where they still have the fishing villages? I remember driving around Lake Michigan and there's a bunch of little towns that are like really, they're fishing, they're still active fishing
Oh, I'm
fleets.
not familiar with
Might not be
actual
Kenosha.
fishing villages.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. In the camera. Now, at present, I have an art exhibit at the 1516 Gallery here in Omaha, and it consists of 48 yoga paintings. And I'm going to be having some previous works that I did before the yoga paintings, and they are on the wall behind me. And I'm also going to have one painting which is after the yoga paintings, and that is the painting, the large painting on this platform behind me. And it's 8 feet square. It's the largest work I've ever done. And I may have to show it in progress. We'll see if I can finish it in time. But either way, I want people to see the past, the present work, which took 10 years, and the potential for the future. I just have to kind of take the pressure off and say, hey, let's go. And it'll be stapled to the wall. It won't be like stretched. Bric-a-brac. Let's see what I see. About 2 years ago in Omaha, Nebraska, there was a street piano project. And it was international in its scope. It originated in England. And when it came to Omaha, there were 10 pianos, upright pianos, that were donated. And various artists were asked to embellish the pianos. So I was lucky enough to get one. It was a 1929 red mahogany upright. And I sanded it and painted it and added yoga postures on it and made a bench for it. And for 2 weeks, it was in ConAgra Plaza by the old market. And it was there 24/7 for 2 weeks. And people came spontaneously. They played on it. They imitated the yoga postures. And they just completed the life of the piano. It did have a canopy on it. In fact, somebody do this on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. To protect my piano from the rain, it had a canopy on it. So we had to cut it off to get it in my studio. But there were extended legs and a canopy over the piano so that when it rained, or even at nighttime, they would protect it from the weather. I have 2 books that I like to put side by side, and the first one is called My Drawings When I Was 10 Years Old. And the second book is the present drawing, a book of paintings that I've done now that I'm 73, and I noticed that there was a lot of similar concerns. So in the book of My Drawings When I Was 10, there's a baby on one page, there's different people and different situations, different roles, there's animals. And then in the other book, In the same way, there are people in different roles and different situations, and sometimes there are animals present. See here, the sandhill cranes are flying away. So what I come to realize is that my concerns when I was 10 were involved with animals and people and their roles, their purpose in life. And now that I'm just a tad older, I have the same concerns with a little more depth. Now, the older paintings that I'm going to have in this exhibit all have kind of a metaphysical concern. They're wondering about the meaning of life in different ways. And they have elaborate titles. Sometimes they're questions without answers. And they usually start with an anonymous photograph that I'll find. And then I'll make up a story or come up with some thoughts that that image provokes. And I've worked with an abstract, non-objective environment or background, which makes it a little more universal. Okay, well, I've been at Creighton University teaching for about 40 years. And since I have never had children, I do see my students as my children in a sense. I feel very paternal about them. And we have some really nice relationships that I'm very happy with over the years.
And action.
This is a painting that is actually stapled to a platform, 8 feet square and a couple feet off the ground. And when I work wet on wet, that is, I put wet paint on top of a wet surface, I need the washes to move through the form. And in order to use gravity, I have this car jack, which I put under part of the platform, and that raises the platform so the washes can flow down the direction that I intend. Talk while I do this. Now, in order to get the washes to move through the form easily, I just paint water over the form. And this surface has been tilted with the tire jack. The whole platform has been angled so that the water. I like to see what the color is first before I apply it. And now I'm going to start dropping it in and letting it move through the form. Both dropping and scurrying it along with the brush. And actually, I like to just let the water and the gravity move the colors as well. I need to get this new color overlapping the old color a little more. So I'm going to raise it up. And add a little more pigment to it.